One of the goals of the FMEA is to identify the risks associated with failure modes. There are several ways in which risks can be identified. Two of the most common ones are using the risk priority number, RPN, and action priority. The risk priority number, it is calculated based on three parameters: severity, occurrence, and detectability, which is severity of the failure mode, probability of occurrence of the cause, and detectability of the effect. Severity, occurrence, and detectability, they're rated on a scale of 1 to 10. The RPN is calculated as a product of severity, occurrence, and detectability, so it's a simple calculation. Higher the RPN, higher the risk. So an RPN of 100 is considered higher risk than something with an RPN of 80. Action priority is very similar. It uses the same parameters, severity, occurrence, detectability, but instead of calculating a number, it determines a priority in terms of low, medium, and high. So there is a table that defines for a given severity rating, occurrence rating, and detectability rating what is the action priority. The advantage of this table is that you can add custom weights to each of these parameters, which previously in RPN you cannot. We can take a look at an example by in the next page. So let's say we had two failure modes. Failure mode 1 had a severity of 10, and failure mode 2 has a severity of, again, 10. Now, looking at failure mode 1, let's assume that the occurrence of failure is 2. It's low because of whatever built in preventive mechanisms it has, but it has a detectability of 5. Now, based on RPN calculation, it comes out to be 100, and based on action priority, it comes out to be medium priority. Now, let's look at failure mode 2. Same severity rating of 10, the occurrence is 5, which means the probability of it occurring is a little higher, but it has a good detection mechanism. RPN again comes to 100, and action priority, it says high. Now, if we were using an RPN method, we would see both these failure modes are 100, and we would treat both of them with equally high risks or medium risks, or probably not do anything about it. But if we use the action priority method, we'd see that failure mode 2 has a higher priority than failure mode 1. And intuitively, it makes sense because the probability of occurrence of failure mode 2 is higher than failure mode 1, which means based on action priority, we would need to do something to lower this occurrence. Um, so that is one of the advantages of using the action priority method. In addition to this, there are other methods. One other method is a hybrid of both the action priority and the RPM. Uh, Alternatively, one can choose not to use either of these methods. It could be something simple that can be you look at the severity is more than a certain value, then you come up with a detection mechanism. Either ways, the action priority, RPN, or any risk evaluation methods, it only serves as a methodology to rate which risks are higher and need to be worked on.